Hey everybody, David here from Team Ultra Instinct, bringing you another podcast on Dragon Ball Super Card Game Fusion World. Pretty excited for this game. They've been actually doing some spoilers as of recent. Today's date is the 28th of November in 2023. So we're pretty early into spoilers right now. There's not a whole lot that's been revealed, but for what's been revealed so far, it's been pretty interesting. It definitely does feel like a very dumbed down Dragon Ball, which was to be expected. We all expected that. I'm not upset by it in any way, though. I'm still very excited for what's to come. Trying to figure out what the best deck to play will be. I'm still kind of leaning toward it being blue, but still a lot more to come. There's a lot of experimentation, pilot intensive training to do, and just a lot to look forward to. One thing I will note, they have updated a couple sections on their website now. They've now updated the product information for starter decks and booster packs, at least in terms for the first few. So here, I mean, it's nothing crazy with what they've updated it with. It's more so just a product image. So here we can see, I actually really like how this deck box looks, though, or the starter deck box looks. It's pretty nice. You can see that, I think this mentions right here, it says play online and that there's a code included inside. I can't entirely read it. I could try and give a little zoom, but I don't think this is gonna help, unfortunately. No, but I'm assuming that's referencing a code being inside, which is cool. And you can see on the side here, there is a deck list there, and it looks like the names are pretty simplified, so we're going to see it be more of the One Piece Digimon style, where there's no special names to it. It's just all going to be like Son Goku or Vegeta, Gohan, stuff like that. So we shouldn't see any extravagant names in here aside from extra cards, pretty much. Leaders, I can't remember if the leader said Super Saiyan Son Goku or if it just said Son Goku. I don't have my deck on me right now. But I'm pretty sure it just said Son Goku on the Awakened side as well. But like I said, they did update the images here, so a lot more higher res images. The only thing is you can't see the fine details too well. Very slick looking box, although it's just going to be thrown away by me in the end of the day because I don't collect sealed product. But still 50 card deck. We're coming with an energy marker in each one of these, a play sheet, and an alternative design card pack. I'm wondering what this is. I don't know if they're going to give you a random card that could be alt art for the starter deck or something, which I do like that idea if that's the case, because there could be some really nice chases out of that if that's the case. So we have 4 starter decks that have been revealed. There's been red, blue, green, and yellow. Blue being Vegeta. Same exact contents. Then same thing of the mention of the code being inside, and then the deck list on the side of the box, featuring the unawakened side of the leader, and then the art of the awakened leader. Pretty cool. We have our Broly. I'll dive into all the card effects in a little bit. We have Broly. This is pretty cool. He's the only leader that's a 25k leader. In terms of the awakened side, just remember that in Fusion World, the leaders are 15k on the unawakened side and 20k in the awakened side. Then we have the yellow starter deck, which honestly, I kind of like the Frieza art the most, and that is pretty abnormal for me. Usually, I do not lean Frieza, but I'm kind of liking the art on this. All of them have the same exact contents in terms of what to expect, so it's just got your list of the cards inside. Nothing extra outside of this. The only thing we really need information on is this alternative design card pack, because if it's tied into the starters, I'm assuming this one only has alternate arts of the yellow starter deck stuff, and then same could be said for the green one, and then the blue and the red. That's the only thing we need a little bit more clarity on with these, aside from the actual cards in the deck. But we have been getting those revealed, slowly but surely. Then we do have the art of the first set, at least one of the packs. This may not be all of the packs. I don't know if they're all going to maintain that same art. It might. I know One Piece has all the same art packs. Dragon Ball typically has 4 different, or Masters typically has 4 different arts for a pack, but I have a feeling in order to save costs, I don't know if it really cuts costs, if at all, they'll probably stick to one art for a pack. But it does look like a Super Saiyan Blue Son Goku is going to be included in the first set. First set is called Awakened Pulse. I actually kind of like the name of the set. That's a really good first name. And it'll be called FBO1. in addition to that. So in Dragon Ball Super Masters, we have BT. It would be BTO1. In here, it'll be FBO1, so I'm assuming it means Fusion Booster 1. Uh, Looks like price of the packs are the same as Masters. That was to be expected. Pre-release, we do have dates here. Pre-release is on the 16th, and then full release is on the 23rd. Let me check here. The starter decks do release during the pre-release period, which is pretty cool. They'll also be available for the first time at Battle Hour, and I think it'll be a Sunday event if I'm not mistaken. They'll be selling, I think, limit one copy per person per starter, so you can get one of each starter deck, but you can't get two of each. That's pretty cool. Looks like there's going to be 140 cards within the set. I'm trying to see. Also includes alternate art and or design cards. Alternate art and or design cards. Ooh, wonder what that means. The design cards part is what got me. Let's see. 8 leaders, 52 commons, 36 uncommons, 30 rares, 12 super rares, 2 secret rares. I have a feeling they're going the One Piece route with secret rares in this game, so we'll see One Piece and Digimon where you can run up to 4 copies, not, limit 1 secret rare per deck. So pretty much your typical layout, and it shouldn't be as overpowered. I mean, so far in One Piece, there hasn't really been any overpowered secret rares. Playable ones, that's for sure, but nothing that's crazy. Digimon, there's been a couple that have floated around being broken, but as time went on, they became less broken. But it is notable here that in Fusion World, leaders are a separate rarity, so they're no longer listed as a part of the commons, uncommons, rares when we had that in Masters. That was a long time ago now. Just trying to see, I think pretty much your typical booster box that you'd expect out of Bandai game, still your 12 cards in a pack and 24 packs per box. So nothing too crazy there. They have put out the second set, at least overview details. Releases in May, so we're looking at a 3-month difference. Hopefully it's about mid-May. I'd rather it be mid-May than early May. The longer the better, This one thing I didn't notice here, this doesn't mention anything about code cards within there, but I'm pretty sure that there will be code cards in a pack. Could be totally wrong, though. Could be totally wrong. We'll have to stay tuned for that information. I feel like they confirmed it, but I don't know off the top of my head. This set, also looking at having 140 types. One notable thing here, there are only 4 leaders in set 2. Whereas in set 1's core set, there's 8. So it literally halves the leaders. So you're talking 12, a 16-leader card pool, assuming they don't toss in any promos. By set 2, there's only going to be 16 different leaders. So in terms of variety within the meta, it's not going to be exactly huge between leaders. But at least it'll be 16 leaders to start with. Maybe a promo leader or 2 in the mix. I guess we'll see. Not sure if they intend on releasing another color by this time, if the 5th color will come out, because in set 1 they're only going to have red, blue, green, and yellow. There will be no black, assuming black is our 5th color and they're not somehow switching it over to purple or something. I mean, I'll take it if it's purple. I honestly prefer the color purple over black. For some reason, in all the games that I play Bandai-wise, I become a little biased toward it, and I just really like how purple ends up playing. So I'm just kind of hoping it's the same. But I do really like black and Masters. Favorite deck is SSG Trunks. But that is the only crazy difference is the leaders. It looks like what happens is they cut down on leaders and they increase the uncommons by 4. I was just flipping between the two to see what the difference was. So that's the major difference there. Leaders are cut down, uncommons bump up. But same notable thing, same number of cards per set. 140 per set. I usually don't see it being the exact same number between sets, so that is interesting to me. Kind of wondering if they're going to stick with that trend from now on or what. And then also wondering if we're going to see a lot more legacy support in this game where they will continue to support, the first, second, third set, and maybe dabble in a couple new cards, but also give I mean, obviously the first set has to be all new, right? But second set, wondering if they'll dabble in new and then have a lot of old as well. That would be a really nice touch. That's all in terms of product. I mean, they have some sleeves. I've seen their initial sleeve designs. Don't know if they're gonna stick. It's like a red ribbon symbol, Capsule Corp. Want to say Goku's gi with the King Kai symbol. I could be wrong on that one. Um, and then they had one other design. I think it was just a basic Dragon Ball Super card game design. Not sure if those are sticking, but that's what I've seen floating around. I think they showed it at a live stream a while back for Japan. Let's see. I think the others is yeah okay. Something to note here: they have this open beta details tab. Um, So it looks like we don't have any updates as to when the open beta will exactly be, aside from the beta that'll be happening at Battle Hour. They'll have one there. Um, they haven't announced anything for us. I think the only information we have still is the same information we've had on November 23rd through January 2024. I said 23rd, 2023 between January 2024. That's the only window we have of when there's going to be an open beta. I have a feeling it's probably going to be early January for the first open beta, considering we haven't had an announcement for December yet. But if we do get one in December, that'll be a pleasant surprise. I will not complain. It will just suck not having the heads up, because I did enjoy actually planning for that. I didn't really realize this, but in the initial beta they gave us, and we can speculate on what's to come. They did give us Goku, Vegeta, Broly, and Frieza. Now, granted, here we'd be going from a base Goku to a Super Saiyan Goku, a base Vegeta to a Super Saiyan Vegeta. Then, actually, I'm saying this, and I realize this. Goku was Super Saiyan God into Super Saiyan Blue, and Vegeta was base into Super Saiyan Blue. So, technically speaking, within the game, the Super Saiyan Goku is a new model. The Vegeta Super Saiyan is also a new model. But Broly was around. Broly in both forms was there. Frieza didn't have his first form. He had final form and a golden is what he had. But if we stick with what they already had, we'll obviously have these four. We could see, assuming if they stick along with what they kind of already had in the game, and that was their intention, Zamasu, Vegito. What else do we have in the beta? I think that was it. Only the 6 leaders. That feels right. It's been a while now. Yeah, I want to say. Wait, was the Vegeta? Yeah. Anyway, I think it was only those 6 leaders. I can't remember if I'm forgetting someone. I don't think I am. But if I am, whatever. But it is nice to see that they've at least released what they're going to look like. I think this is pretty much just like Xenoverse character models, if I'm not mistaken. Um, it's been a while since I played Xenoverse as well. Wow. I don't think they have any other information for us, unfortunately, in terms of what's to come, aside from, I can click on this pre-release event. It'll tell us the window. 20-minute games. This seems short. 20-minute games. And it's a best of one match. When I was playing Fusion World, a Masters player playing this game, it's probably not going to be 20 minutes. It could be. Doesn't mean it won't be. But an experienced player typically, they said it's going to be faster, but like even though there's more turns in the game, or even though it's faster turns, I should say, there felt like there were more turns in a game than Masters right now, but less time per turn. But Masters has less turns, but more time per turn. So that's what it felt like to me. So I feel like 20 minutes is short, and they really should just bump it back up to the 30. That's kind of just me. I don't know. But it doesn't say anything about it being sealed. So I'm wondering how this is going to work. If you need to buy a starter deck and play with starters, play with sealed booster packs, build your deck. Because if this is pre-release, it's the first time the game's ever coming out. So it's got to be something along those lines, right? Let's see. Celebration event. We have a celebration event coming in February and March between then. So from initial release until mid-March. Not sure what to expect. It doesn't really give us any pricing. Oh, this is kind of cool. It does give us this little heads up. Celebration event will have exclusive digital prizes available, planned for every new set. So we should see this every set. So I'm wondering what the exclusive pricing is going to be. That'll be interesting to see. I'm excited to see what comes from that. In terms of anything else, yeah, we've pretty much got all the information out of the website. So we can jump over to this here. This is their Twitter page in the Japan side. Unfortunately, we haven't really been getting any reveals on the English side, which I'm surprised, or sorry, in the global side. I'm surprised they haven't been doing it. But now we get to see the official art that is going on. I do really like the Goku art. This is one of the initial designs we had seen before, even when the demo was out, that these designs were floating around. So these aren't, this specifically here, the Goku and the Vegeta, I think are the two leaders where we expected certain art. Actually, I think only the Goku. So this one's not a surprise. It is the exact same thing as the demo leader. I will point that out. It is, yeah, it is just Son Goku, Son Goku. And they stuck with the borders pretty much. I think they revamped the leader borders a little bit. Kind of liking, I actually really like how the Awakened side looks. The only thing I don't like is this right here, but they got to point it out somewhere, right? I like the color wheel. That's good. Leader pretty much does the same thing. When it attacks, draw a card, awaken, draw one, flip over. For life awakening. Then Awakened side, when it attacks, draw one, and then it is a activate battle. You can buff one of your battle cards by 5k power. So, in terms of that, that's pretty much all there is. I mean, it's the same leader as the demo leader, so it's really nothing big. It's just different art. Vegeta, same thing. When he attacks, draw one on the unawakened side. This is also Vegeta. Awaken at 4 life, draw one. Then when he attacks, draw one, and then when you have 7 or less in your hand, you can give him a 15k buff. I do like the art. It gives me Dragon Ball Legends vibes, at least for the leaders so far. Now, Broly is a little different. So he says, okay, the auto is the same thing, or when attacking, draw a card. Cool, that's the same. He is a 4-life awakener. And when he awakens, you take a card from your life and place it in your energy. So you're actually going down to 3 life on awaken. Now, the trade-off with this, for losing a life, you are a 25k base leader. So for all of you One Piece people out there, this is like Whitebeard in a way. Or for our typical Dragon Ball players coming over here, it is also like our 20k leaders and masters compared to our 15k leaders. Now with this, the game currently, from what we have seen, is not super fast-paced, and you're going to die really fast if you decide to, like, awaken, or, I mean, if you have low hand size, you're probably going to die. That is what it is. But we don't know all the utility in green. We have a fair knowledge of blue, and we have a fair knowledge of red. So in this, being a 25k is pretty notable. Blue has the leader that can get up there really easily and a couple of its battle cards. Red has the leader buff, and I don't think it really has many battle card buffing cards aside from the leader. But this could be a pretty big jump, having that generic 25k power compared to 20. So, the Awakened side, what it says, it is activate main. You can choose one of your energy and place it in the drop area. you draw a card, and then you gain 5k power for the turn. So that's the way this leader functions. It doesn't have an auto on the Awakened side. It's a little bit of drawback at the cost of your energy. That's all for Broly. Green's looking interesting. I just don't like it right now. Frieza is really reminiscent of the OG Set 1 Frieza. So, your typical Awaken, or on Awakened side, when it attacks, draw a card, for life, draw a card, and flip over. Awakened side, I really like. We have, when it attacks, draw a card, basic, right? 20k leader, and then at the end of your turn, you choose, I think it's you choose up to 2 of your battle cards and switch them to active mode. It should be that exact wording. Can't remember off the top of my head. That should be the exact wording, is you choose up to 2 of your battle cards at the end of your turn and switch them to active mode. So really nice with some of the support coming out. I already saw a couple of cards, so I'm pretty sure I'm right there. This is pretty much the same card as the demo deck. He's a double striker, 35k power, a lot less generic energy tied in there, so or specified cost. So instead of him having the 4 red pips, now he only has 2, so a lot easier to play with different colors. The only downside is the on play is restricted to having a red leader, and then you can choose one of your opponent's battle cards and give it minus 20k power. Let's see. Don't think anyone in the chat, yep, no one in the comments posted that to reaffirm what I said. So I'll stick with it. I'm pretty sure I'm right. Then this is the same extra card that was in the demo deck. So I'm pretty sure from memory, it's if your leader's blue, or blue leader, something like that. I could be wrong, actually. May not even need a blue leader. Pretty sure it does, though. You have 7 or less in your hand. You gain 15k power, and you draw a card. Or you draw a card if you have 7 or less in hand. I'm pretty sure you can get the 15 no matter what. This doesn't have a number referencing it. Usually they show the number in there. A little up there it is. Yep, 7 or less. Okay. 1 energy. I actually think this card's cracked, and it'll be really meta played for a while. But going forward, it just kind of depends how the game develops. Notice that a lot of these that I'm showing are either commons or just leaders. The color identification for blue is U. So we'll be sticking with that. This ramps the top card of your deck. This is a 3 energy extra card. Meant to pair with the Broly leader. So obviously just to kind of fuel the activate main and keep that going. Or just get up big. I mean, if you want to get up big sooner, right? We don't know any bomb drops yet, and if anything's coming out of green in that regard. This is a 1-drop Frieza. It is a 10k combo, so that's pretty nice. Also a common for the yellow Frieza starter deck. On play, it rest modes one of your opponent's battle cards. Not bad for 1-drop, actually, and especially if someone has a very blocker-focused deck. This could help out a lot. It also can remove those blockers since it is, low cost or low power blockers it can remove because it's a 10k power card. Or you simply play it and combo with it if you're going aggressive. Same as the starter deck cards we originally had, or in the demo deck. This is a Master Roshi, so on play is draw 1 card. Then Krillin is... Now this is going to take a little bit of memory. I think it's your turn. He gains 5k power. And then it could be opponent's turn. I don't exactly remember that. But on play, you can take up to 1 of your life. Then the Gohan, if you have 7 or less in your hand, and it's your turn, he gains a 15k boost. So basically, your leader and him, they're both going to be 35k beaters for the turn. It's actually pretty solid, especially for a 3 energy card. Super combos, I will point out the cost of the cards have gone up and the power has gone down. They pretty much don't want you playing them as a card to attack with. So they are 7 drops now, interesting enough. So super combos in this game, they don't draw you a card as of right now. But during the opponent's turn, when you combo with it, it gets an extra 10k combo power. So it'll be a 20k combo. Then we have Zarbon and Dodoria. They both have blocker. And then Zarbon has on play, you can take a life. So in this regard, the Zarbon paired with the leader to restand at the end of the turn is actually really big, especially because it's a 20k beater for 2 energy with blockers. So that is a really good card. Pretty sure, I mean, based on what we've currently seen, this would be the staple 4 of in the deck for now. Blue will be able to remove it fairly easily. Don't know about green yet. We haven't seen a whole lot out of green just yet. Then Android 17. He's during your opponent's turn. He has a 5k boost. And then on play, he takes life. Then skill is 20k. Android 18. These are stuff we've seen in the demo deck. I do like the art choices here. I do kind of like the way they're going with it. I actually really like these arts here. This is just Goten and Trunks. I almost said Gohan. Same as the demo deck. Trunks is an on-play draw, and Goten is your 15k skillless. 10k combo, 5k combo, nothing changed. Pretty much all the same card. The only thing that really changed is the art design and a little bit of brush up on the borders. Still not a huge fan of the borders. I think it's a little bit too much black, but it's not bad. I really like what their full arts look like, so I think their appeal here is the regular arts aren't as insane, whereas they'll create alternate arts where they'll be a lot more incentivizing to go after. All right, so the aliens here. It says like Alien Shamo is their name. I actually forgot what their name was. But the aliens from the planet, when we first see Broly in the Broly movie, they're just a 1 energy blocker, so 5k blockers. He says if you do not have the aliens out, you can play it from your drop. These guys from your drop once per turn, and it has to be a 1 energy one as well. May have posted in my Discord. I do have a Discord as well. If anyone's interested in joining, just feel free to let me know. I can leave the Discord link in the chat or the comments. Let's go to reveals, aliens. Let me get the exact wording. Activate main if your leader is a Broly and you don't have a Shamo battle card in play. Play up to 1 Shamo from your drop. So yeah, you can play them from your drop. So a little bit of recycling on the blockers. I guess that helps mitigate the fact that you don't have a consistent draw without popping your energy. So it helps out. Your leader does have to be Broly for the Paragus, so it does have a little bit of a restriction there. Then we got these wackos. I have no clue who they are. I mean, I remember who they are from the movie, but I forgot. So let's see. We've got Angle, if I pronounced his name right. He has critical. Oh, it's here. Critical. Then the Moa, assuming that's all translated right. I can't remember. On play, look at top 5. You can get an extra card or a Paragus and add it to your hand. The rest go to the bottom. So we have a Searcher for the first time. The first Searcher we've seen in the game. Not bad, especially if there's some decent extra cards in green. I'm just thinking, though. I have heard rumors that Fusion World's going to be like One Piece, where the leader determines the colors of the cards you can have in your deck. So in this case, if your leader card is green, you can only have green cards, and so on for all the other colors. If it is not like One Piece, and hopefully it's not, I would prefer it to be more like Masters. This will be pretty good if it doesn't have a color restriction, and assuming this is fully translated correctly, because then you could fetch out extra cards in other colors that are really good, especially for a 1 energy commitment or a 1 green commitment. It's really good. So like in blue, I could search out the Gallic Gun. I wouldn't have to worry about it. I find it consistently right. I'm really hoping we stick to that generic level, but I don't know. There's a lot to come. Here we have Chilai in yellow and Lemo. Chilai is the yellow super combo, so it's the same exact effect as the Videl. And then we have Lemo, who's just a 15k skillless, also 10k. So it looks like pretty much every deck is going to have that 1 energy 15k skillless with 10k combo, and then they'll all have a super combo as well. Then We have our super combo for red. It's just Shin or Supreme Kai. And notice they do have Universe 7 down here, so they are the Universe 7 Warriors. Wondering if they're going to do anything with that trait. Hopefully they are. I would like to see Warriors of Universe 7 maintain some sort of playability in this game. It's a very well-received keyword within Masters, so hoping to see it just stay in Fusion World. It is a 3 energy 25k skillless for Piccolo here, and he's a 10k. I'm sure we'll see him played a little bit at the beginning of the game and slowly phase out. But in terms of the beginning, I mean, that's actually pretty good, especially being a 10k combo. That's not a huge drawback. Then we have Sorbet. He's your on-play draw one. Seems every color is also going to have on-play. Well, I say that. Every color but green so far has an on-play draw one. Green has the Searcher, so I think that's where the trade-off is. But we'll see if it ends up getting an on-play draw one. I don't think it will. At least not in the starter. I don't think it will. It could within the main set, though. And then this Frieza is actually not too bad. He's a 20k 2-drop, so pretty good already from the get-go. Paired with the leader, it's kind of hard to remove guys without... I mean, you have to do uninteractable removal, or they have to combo this stuff away to survive. Otherwise, I mean, they could just restand their guys and you can't swing into them. So that's a nice way of kind of getting blasted. But Frieza, when attacking, add 1 life to your hand, then rest one of your opponent's 3 or less cost. I would assume it says up to 1 life, because I wouldn't want to be forced. Well, I guess I think there's a... I haven't played One Piece enough, but I don't think you're forced to do the action. It's pretty much all optional. Could be wrong on that. Probably am wrong on that. You'd think a judge would know, but haven't been playing a whole lot of games lately, so I'm a little rusty. But pretty good. I mean, in some regards, it's not really great, but if you think about it situationally, if you're facing someone who has a 3 or less blocker on board and you're willing to go to end game like that, your abilities will activate first on attack since you're the turn player. So then they won't be able to block because you can choose the blocker and rest it before that. And then they can't activate blocker because they can't switch the guy to rest mode. So the freeze is actually pretty solid. It may not be a 4 of. It'll probably be like more of a 2 or 3 of. But we have a lot to go, a lot to see, so we don't know everything. Pretty much everything I've shown so far has been a common. And that was the last of the reveals, actually. And so there was a fair amount, but because they're going between 4 different starters, there's still just so much more to reveal. And for the most part, we pretty much know the blue and the red starters. So there won't be any huge surprises between those two. It'll really just be yellow and green that we need to look out for. But if they reworked a little bit of red and blue, that'll be an exciting addition to see. Very excited to see what comes. I mean, right now it's been a lot of exciting reveals. The game definitely feels like old-style Dragon Ball. I can see a lot of One Piece and Digimon's impressions in the game. You can see that they've really had a lot of trial and error between the 3 games originally, and just kind of implementing it all back into Fusion World. A lot of cleaned up text. So one thing I am starting, and this isn't done by any means, but I like to digitally track my collection. So if anyone is interested in this tracker, once the game has all the reveals out, I will post this. It'll have, so pretty much I have the entire set listed out in terms of card numbers. But since I don't have any of the card names or rarities, I don't have that implemented here. But I put the card name in, I put the rarity, and then from here on out, it pretty much turns into what you fill it out with. So the first tab I have here, which shouldn't be color coordinated the way it is, I just left it as it is. But pretty much you'll fill out how many you have. Usually I just do maximum of 4. Don't worry about any extras from there. If you want to do any additional tracking, like, hey, I have it as an alt-art or whatnot, I put comments there. But let's say the first card in the set is, like Son Goku, ends up being an SR or a leader, probably a leader. Say I have 4, and then I'll say need alternate art, or I'll get rid of that and say have alternate. That's stuff I do here. I like to track it like that. I know a lot of people kind of wish they also had this tracking. I pretty much prep this up every set that comes around for Masters. So I'm gonna do this for Fusion World. So if anyone's interested, just let me know in the comments. I'll post it up in there once the set is closer to release, or it'll be in my Discord if you join my Discord. Like I said, just give me a heads up if you want to do that. I do think both games going forward will have a lot of survivability next to each other. I mean, they play so drastically different. Um, right now, Fusion World is just so much more simplified than Masters, and Masters has a lot of different things going for it. They really are two different games, but very similar games. Um, I'm hoping they don't go the cheap play card route where we've pretty much stopped focusing on how much a card costs and we look at how much the cheat cost is. So like your activate mains to play it and whatnot. I'm hoping they stick to actually the cards cost and maybe evolve at most, where evolve is like a one less cost. That's what I'm hoping they do with this game to keep it away from where Masters has gone. Masters is a very fun game, don't get me wrong, but a lot of complications have come out of it and it's sped up a lot. I'm really just looking forward to what's to come. But back to this tracker. For example, here I've set up this first tab, FBO1 Awaken Pulse. I've prepped up tab 2, FBO2. We don't know the name. And then the starter decks, I've been slowly filling out stuff. We have our Son Goku leader. It's a leader rarity. I guess this was a better example. Then we have our Master Roshi, common. I probably could honestly fill out all of this since we do have the demo deck. Probably should go ahead and do that after this. We don't have expansion cards, but I mean, I'm used to them releasing expansions, so I left it as a tab. Same with promos. It's secret rares. I always like tracking secret rares separately, just because they're high rarity. But that's all I have for discussion today. I hope you guys did enjoy. I know it was a pretty generic overview, but I wanted to pitch in my thoughts and kind of just throw them out there for everyone else to hear. And maybe if you're bored, you listened in. But I hope you guys did enjoy. I'm gonna wrap it up here. Maybe planning on doing more spoilers. I think I'll probably start another video with the additional spoilers, hopefully of the main set and or when they finish starter deck reveals. I'll just do the starter deck reveal video. But just wanted a generic session with you guys today. So hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.